Hey guys, this is Ed, Paul, and Anna of Curb Media, and we are here to tell you a little bit more about our sponsor.
Sportsball is a great subscription service geared towards minor league baseball fans. Each box features a different minor league team.
You get a box every 3 months with minor league baseball gear, including different styles of hats like Ed's favorite, the dad hat. The cost is less than $12 a month.
Proceeds from each box goes to More Than Baseball, the only nonprofit dedicated to the well-being of minor league baseball players.
We all know that Parents' Days are coming up this summer, so if you've got a mom or a dad or a grandma or a grandpa who are particularly difficult to buy for, but you know they're baseball fans, this is the answer, guys.
Meet your new favorite team at sportsballbox.com.
Is there anybody there?
What's up, Dad crew? Ed here, and on this episode, I give you guys Everhett Hazelwood. He is a pitcher for the Kannapolis Cannonballers. Also, he pitched for the Danville Otterbots. That's right, you Otterbots ambassadors, listen up. He tells us how he got to be a pitcher for the team, as well as how he signed with the White Sox. All right? But before I give you guys this episode, if you guys are enjoying this episode and many others of the Dad Hat Chronicles, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you really like it, give it 5 stars so that way I go up on the rankings. Now that we got the business part out of the way, I'll give you guys the episode. All right. Well, I want to welcome you guys to yet another episode of the Dad Hat Chronicles. Obviously, my name is Ed, and with me today, I actually have another Appalachian League player from the Outerbot. Sorry, guys. You know, I'm a sock puppet, but hey, listen, it is what it is. His name is Everhett Hazelwood. You are currently a pitcher. That is correct, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
It's good. I'm loving living in North Carolina right now. The weather's great, better than Cleveland, Ohio. So that's always great. So yeah, I'm sure your weather's great too right now, though.
Oh yeah, sunny and 75.
Oh yeah, you can't complain with that. I can't complain.
So,
All right, so let's just jump right in, my man. Tell me, growing up, how did you become a fan of baseball? What was that moment for you?
I remember mostly before my my first little league practice. This is the one thing I remember. My mom came home from Big Five Sporting Goods, came home with a belt, a 3/4 sleeve, and some gray pants, and that kind of sparked it off for me. And I played all grown up since I was about 7. And then once I got to 8th grade, once I started to become like a little more understanding of like that's what I wanted to do in the future, I started going to high school games.
Oh, okay.
Went to the high school that I was going to go to. I went to a game. They were playing playoffs, and I mean, yeah, that was the game.
And then from then on, boom, off you went, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, how did you pick being a pitcher? You know, obviously you could have picked anything else, but what was that? Why pitching?
Yeah, it's funny. I actually I was an outfielder growing up. I played outfield up until my senior year of high school, and I actually went to a Division II out of high school, and I was a two-way there. So,
oh no, okay, all right.
Yeah, so they always told me my coaches are always like, "Hey, I think pitching's where it's at," but I wanted to hit really bad. Just didn't work out.
It just did. They're like, "No, sorry, buddy. It's pitching for you."
But, yeah.
I get it. Listen, that's the fun part of it, right? Is being able to hit the ball, run the bases, and all that. That's what Little League is all about.
Exactly.
Okay, and then so what was the D2 school that you go to?
Cal State San Marcos.
Okay.
It's in San Diego County.
So, and then from there, where, how did you end up at University of Kansas?
So I actually left that Division II my fall of my freshman year, and I went to a junior college. I went to Palomar.
Okay.
And was there for a year and a half, and they had close ties with Kansas.
Okay.
So it worked out there. That's how I ended up there.
All right. Okay. So you from there, boom, you're a Jayhawk now.
Yes, sir.
Now, did you graduate from there?
Yes, sir. Last summer.
Oh yeah. What'd you graduate with?
Liberal arts and sciences.
Okay, cool. I graduated with a communications degree. That's
Yeah.
and look what I'm doing. So
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do.
exactly. So you're at University of Kansas. You get a call. Hey, listen, we want you to come to the Appalachian League. How that happened?
So actually, I was in a meeting with my my head coach at the end of the season, and I told him I had interest in signing.
Mhm.
I asked him like where the best place would be, or where should I go play summer ball this last minute, because
Mhm.
it was my 4th year of college. Couldn't get
Mhm.
into the Cape, especially that late of notice. He said, "Look, we got a couple guys going to this league. You'll be able to play with them. I think there's going to be a lot of scouts, a lot of coverage, and
Yeah,
this is your best bet."
there you go. And then he was able to get you into playing.
Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome. And it's a really good competition there in the Appalachian League
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I was talking to the GM of actually both the Otterbots and also the sock puppets, and they says like, probably one of the best things that happened was for them to be converted to a collegiate, wood bat league, because the competition there, I mean, I'm sure it's like crazy good, playing there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we played every game there's a guy from TCU or Arkansas, other Power Fives. So I was impressed. We were facing a lot of good competition.
Oh, but I'm sure you held your own. I mean, if not, you would have not been with the White Sox right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you finish your season there, you are playing your season there with the Otterbots, and how did it happen with the Chicago White Sox?
So actually, I had a fairly tough year at Kansas,
Mhm.
and I was actually in the portal. So I was transferring from there, and once I went home from the Appalachian League, I was like, it was time for the draft. I was kind of waiting on a call,
Yeah.
kind of hoping, but it wasn't looking too promising. And
Gotcha.
I actually got a call. I got one call on day 2 of the draft, and it was a guy from the White Sox. He goes, "Hey, this so and so with the Chicago White Sox. How would you like to become a professional baseball player?" I said, "Man, I'd love it. That'd be a dream."
Yeah,
Like, okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I'm like, okay, so he's like, okay, just stay around your phone, keep an eye out, and we'll give you a call. I said, okay. So day 2 and day 3 of the draft went by, nothing, didn't hear anything, and then after the draft was over, I was heartbroken. I
Yeah,
was like,
obviously, yeah.
man, I didn't know what I was gonna do, and then I ended up getting a phone call within 10 minutes after the draft, and it was him again. He goes, "Hey, I'm sorry things didn't work out, but I mean, you still want to make that happen? You still want to be a professional baseball player?" I said, 100%.
I was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then you were sent to Canopolis, huh?
So we started off, we went to all the draft and
Mhm.
free agent guys went to a mini camp in Alabama.
Mhm.
So we were there for 2 weeks. Then they sent us to Arizona. We were
Mhm.
playing in the AZL for a little bit.
Yep.
And then I got sent up to Canopolis the last 2 weeks of the season.
Nice. Hey, you got playing time. That's all that matters, right?
Sure.
That's
Sure.
as long as you're playing, it doesn't matter where you're gonna go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so let's go back. You're in high school, right? You how was that experience in high school for you? Playing baseball. How did you approach playing so competitive there?
Um, Actually, so going back, honestly, in high school, I wasn't too much of a superstar. I didn't play that often, to be honest.
No, just you were when you got
Yeah,
in
when I
there.
could, I mean, I felt like I always had some confidence,
Mhm.
even though I wasn't always the best one. Um, I was always confident. I was lucky to have a batting cage in my backyard, which helped.
Oh,
So every night my dad would throw to me, and that would pretty much get me ready for each game. I mean, yeah.
That's
Like I
awesome.
said,
That support system, I'm sure your mom, your dad, right? They're like,
yeah,
yeah, hey, listen, dad, let's go throw out, some baseball. He's like, yep, let's go, let's do it.
100%.
That's good. How was that? Like, having that support, right? I'm sure that was like, very much a key into you, being where you're at now.
Oh yeah, 100%. They've helped me all throughout. Even when I was at junior college, when I was at Kansas, and then even now. I mean, my mom said, I've a place to stay in the off season. Come live here, train here. Um, they've always been there helping me, and I know I have their support.
Good. And that's always a key, right? I mean, everybody thinks like, oh, you did it on your own. No, no, no. There's a huge support, team behind everything you do, right? You're the one that's in the limelight, right? But it's not like it's, your parents are not there, family are not there, friends, and all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you didn't play a lot, but I'm sure you were like that mental, readiness was there, right? You were always making sure.
All the time.
How did your, going through your head, like, what were you thinking about? Like, were you thinking situational, situations? What were you doing, when you were still in the bench, not playing?
Actually, so thinking back, I actually had this thing that I always do. The night before games, I would always, right before bed,
Mhm.
I'd stand up, I'd close my eyes, and I'd visualize my at bats. Sounds pretty weird, but
No, no, it's not weird at all. I actually appreciate you say that, because a lot of people don't really put into, give it a lot of importance what visualization is, meditation, and all of that. It's such an
exactly.
important part.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. So I did that a lot. That always kept me locked in. And then even when I went to my junior college, that's one thing that my coach preached, our pitching coach. He would always have us sit down for 10 minutes before every practice and visualize what we were going to do that day, whether it be just playing catch, throwing a bullpen, or throwing live. And that helped me out a lot.
That's good. So you on the days that you don't pitch, like, what did you do? Like, obviously you're doing your visualization and all that, but during game situations, what's that one thing that you're doing at all times, to keep you, in the game and all of that?
Oh, I'm just watching every single aspect of the game.
Are you?
Watching, just certain things, certain cues from hitters, tendencies,
Mhm.
especially like later on, like in junior college, when I was like starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Up and down the lineup, looking where they stand in the box, where their hands are, just any little thing I could to get an advantage when I was pitching.
That's huge. That's so big. Paying attention to, the way, like, if someone is going to be swinging out a little early, they're turning their hips, anything that's going to give you the little bit of an advantage when you're the one pitching to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your right now? What's your training like? What are you doing, to prepare things like that?
Like training with the White Sox or
Nope, just training for what you do on your off season and things like that.
so I was actually going to this entire off season. I tried something new. I was going to this gym called 1RM Performance. Give a little shout out in San Diego.
Nice.
And that was awesome for me. I got a little exposure. That was the first time I started actually like throwing weight around, lifting heavy.
Mhm.
And I got to work out with a ton of guys in AA, AAA on the 40 man. And
Oh, wow.
so that was fun for me to get some exposure to that and see what they do on a day-to-day basis.
Gotcha. So 1RM Performance, huh? That's
Yes,
cool.
sir.
And then it's all, are you doing just weight training, cardio, anything like that? Like, and like yoga, anything that you do?
Just so we'd have our days into like lower body days and upper
Mhm.
body days. And then so it'd be more explosive lifts, like squats with like band resisted, a lot of jumps.
Mhm.
So we do a lot of jumping, a lot of med ball throws, pretty much anything you can think of to remain athletic. and just move as fast as we could.
I got you. Hey, I'm looking at their website right now.
Oh, are you?
You know, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm looking at the right, like some Pittsburgh Pirates, Twins, Cardinals,
Oh yeah,
Braves.
the list goes on and on. You know, Bob does a great job taking care of all the guys there, and that place feels like home.
That's awesome. Good for you. I mean, and even you got some committed, high school kids that are going into college. Plus, on top of that, you got some college kids. That's good. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure your workout routine, and program is a little bit different because you're a pitcher now than it would be for someone who, for example, a first base, second base, or someone like that. That program that's different. When when they're doing that at 1RM, do they tailor that to your specific needs?
Yeah. So we actually had we lifted in groups. So the group that we had was, I believe, 8 pitchers, and the certain things we would do would include like more like lateral driven stuff. Yep. Trying to think, honestly. More stuff that would
specific to you guys. Yeah.
Baseball. Yeah.
Right.
And then the hitters would be right before us, and they'd have a completely different workout. They'd be doing stuff that, you'd see it and be like, oh, that would probably translate to hitting a baseball.
Right. It's like, yep, nope, that looks like something that a hitter would actually do. You're right.
Yeah.
Any specific like stretching or anything like that you do as well, or is that also part of the program? On certain days you do this and that?
There's some things that he had us do before we would lift, but on my own, I'm a big go home. I'll go home every day, stretch my hammies a lot.
Hey man, do that. Heck yeah.
A lot of hammies, a lot of hip mobility and stuff on my own. I found that that's helped keep me healthy.
Gotcha. Hey, absolutely. Because you don't want to get hurt, brother.
No, not at all.
Let me ask you, what's your diet like? Is that something that you also have to make sure that it stays right on point?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm lucky to be at the complex right now, so that
they
covers
feed you guys.
Yeah, they feed us good. But yeah, when I'm home and I have to make my meals, I have to make sure they're clean. It's easy to fall off track, go eat out all the time, but like I'm pretty consistent with the whole eggs, sausage, and toast for breakfast. A lot of peanut butter and jellies throughout the day.
I love me some peanut butter and jelly.
They get the job done.
Yeah, they do.
And then like chicken, rice, and spinach for dinner. And I mean, I'll eat those 3 things just about as much as I can.
It's just boom, boom, boom every day.
It's like clockwork.
Do you have a cheat day?
Yeah. There's some cheat days in there. I'll hit up In-N-Out a little more than I would like to, but what can you do?
I've only been to In-N-Out Burger once in my life. Well, they don't have them in the East Coast, right? So
yeah.
Right. So me and my wife, we went to Vegas and there was one there. It was like super late at night. And I'm like, listen, we're never going to come back for a long time. So we might as well just hit it up and then see how we liked it. It was good. I mean, listen, I'm all about burgers. So let's go.
Yeah, no, In-N-Out is special.
It's so crazy how popular it is. We were there and someone literally who was already getting married, but they were married, husband and wife, in their, she was in her wedding dress, ordering food at In-N-Out. I'm like, God, what is going on?
That's crazy.
That's nuts. I'm like, my wife was like, no, I'll never do that.
Yeah, no, it's always tough. It's a little too popular. I'll go sometimes wait in line for 20 minutes plus.
Oh God, that's insane. But it's good. I'll say that. It's good. You're in training camp now. You're just like all jazzed up to go, huh?
Yes, sir. Fired up.
Like, how does that look like? Are you guys early in the morning, and then just off you go?
Yeah, pretty much. We today was our first day of the mini camp, but I've been here for about a week. But
just
we'll
getting
get to
ready.
The field around. Yeah, we'll get to the field around 7, eat some food, get our lift in, get our training stuff in, throw, lift, and any team stuff that we got, and then get out of there.
That's awesome. Good for you, man. That's legit. I love it. You're following your dreams, man.
Yes, sir.
And then as you know, your experience in the Appalachian League, you know, when you were playing, because I mean that's like you were saying, like that was every day. That was a legit minor league scheduled every day you were playing, or at least, you know, you were pitching. Did you start or were you a reliever there?
I was a reliever there.
Yeah. So
Yes,
you pitched a lot then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I did.
That's crazy. That's not, I find it fascinating, you know, because I've had a couple of people who've been, you know, on the other side, right? They're infielders and outfielders and all that, but you're the first guy who's a pitcher, and I really want to know, like, what's that mentality going from, you know, you're in the bench, and then I was like, all right, I need you to warm up. You know, what goes through your head when you're like, you know, you gotta just turn it up right there.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, whenever I get the call personally, I get some shock of adrenaline through me. I get pretty, you know, I get the weird feeling in my stomach. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I try to anticipate, that way I don't get too caught off guard, you know.
Yep.
And that's where paying attention to the game comes into play.
Mhm.
And then like stretching throughout the game, because I'll usually take 20 minutes to stretch. So I'll be stretching throughout the entire game.
Oh, okay.
To get ready for that. But yeah, no, when you get the call, there's no better feeling.
You get the coach like, I'm ready to go now. But you gotta wait, you gotta do that, you know, you gotta start throwing, you know, gotta make sure that you're all warmed up and everything. And then, you know, off you go. Let me ask you, when someone tells you, hey, get ready, right? And then all of a sudden they tell you, nope, you're not going in, sit down. What is that feeling like?
I'm going to be honest. That's actually it hasn't happened to me yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not happened to me yet. I probably just jinxed it. But,
nope, knock on wood. Knock on wood. You're not.
So I'm lucky. I haven't experienced that yet, but we'll see. I'll let you know.
Gotcha. Yes. You let me know. Yeah. I'm going to listen, you're going to be like, all right, I got to text Ed. This is how it felt. That's awesome, though. You've never had that. That's amazing. Good for you. I mean, hey, listen, something's working out for you then.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's your best pitch?
Slider for sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So growing up, what was your favorite team? What was that team that you were following?
I was always a big Yankee fan growing up.
Timeout. You're from the West Coast.
Oh yeah, it makes no sense, but
and you're a Yankee fan?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think it was 2007 when they won the World Series. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I just so happened to be watching, and that's when I was like, oh yeah, that's
this is my team.
Yeah.
Did you play any other sport?
I played water polo my freshman year in high school, but other than that, that was it. That was pretty random.
That's insane. Water polo is one of the most insane sports I've ever seen in my life. You're constantly swimming, you're threading water. Like, how is that? Like, I mean, your cardio must be insane.
Oh, it was through the roof. That was so hard. The practices were just 3 hours. We didn't even practice playing water polo, really. It was just mainly swimming and treading water.
Oh.
And I mean, that was my first year. So all the other guys, you know, they're doing it with ease, and I'm like,
you're dying
in the shallow end.
I need my floaties, guys. Where are they?
Yeah.
What was harder, that sport, training for that, or training for baseball?
I'm gonna have to say training for that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, baseball. I mean, it's one of those things. Obviously, I want to make it as hard as I can. But
yeah, but it's like at the same time, you know, there's some times where you stop and you know,
and
rest.
being in water, like your body just, it feels different things. I don't even know how to explain it.
You go to a whole different level of mentality at that point. Those
are areas I've never been before.
You're like, probably not going to be there again. I don't want to. So that was the only sport that you played, you know, there's no other, like no basketball or anything, because I find it fascinating that you guys as athletes, someone has played at least one other sport, right? So you played two sports, and I think that's a good thing. I don't know why a lot of people they get specialized really early on when I really do think that they should do other sports because it really does make them better.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah. I mean, you see a lot of guys, a lot of my teammates who played multiple sports in high school, they like basketball, football. I mean, you can tell they're usually more athletic
Than your
other guys that
usual.
have just played baseball.
Yeah. And listen, and it helps out, right? Because in football, right? Like, you're doing stop, going, running, catching, all that, right? So you got to train your eyesight for that, then you can also use that in baseball, obviously,
Yeah.
you know. So if you were not pitching, what position would you be doing right now?
Like, what would I want to be doing?
Yep.
I'd probably want to play outfield.
Yeah.
I
Go back to the
enjoyed
outfield.
Yeah, for sure.
You just want to go back to the outfield so you can hit.
I like tracking balls too. I felt like I was pretty good at it. I
Yeah.
probably wasn't, but I enjoyed that. But hitting for sure that was one of my most. That was
Absolutely. Yeah, I sucked. I played for like 30 seconds in high school catcher. I'm 6'2" and my knees went out, and then that was it for me. I was done. And I was like, nope, I know what I'm not gonna do. And that's be a professional baseball player. So you're pitching, right? You're in the middle of the game. Obviously, you got to think of what pitches to throw and all that. What is that? What's that? Your mentality? Where are you at that point?
At that point, I'm usually trusting my catcher, which I'm trusting what sign they're throwing down. And then I'm mainly just breathing,
Yeah.
Breathing is huge for me when I'm up there because things can get sped up. You can get ahead of yourself. I think just making sure to stay cool and relaxed. And, it's one-on-one. It's me versus the hitter in there. That's what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. You don't shake off your catcher a lot?
I try not to. I kind of just, I trust it. If it's coming from the catcher, it's probably coming from the pitching coach.
Right.
And, I mean, yeah, you gotta trust them.
How much studying do you do before the game?
I don't know. That's never really. I don't want to say it's never been my thing. Like, obviously, I want to be prepared.
Yeah.
And in like at Kansas, they'd have us chart before, like the game before we would start. So I've tried a couple times to like look into it and watch the synergy, watch the videos of guys hitting. And sometimes I just get a little ahead of myself.
Right.
Compared to when I'm like, okay, if I'm on my game, they're not going to beat me,
Right.
Instead of trying to pitch against them, I'd like pitch to their game. I'm just thinking, okay, well, it's a competition. Like I said, it's one-on-one.
It is. It really is. It's you're trying to strike the guy out and he's trying to get, hit a long ball.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. Tell me your day. How was your day when you're on game day? What do you do when you wake up? Like, how do you, handle all of that?
Usually when I wake up, pretty juiced in the morning. I'm a quick riser. I wake up, usually know, like, first thought in my head is always like, okay, I get to play baseball today. I get really excited. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much from there. I'm trying to enjoy the day as much as possible, just because, like, especially with the minor league schedule, it's a long day until that 7 p.m. game. So I'm not trying to be too locked in too early. So trying to embrace the day, have fun, like to turn on some house music, and just kind of loosen up a little bit.
Gotcha. So by the time you get to the ballpark, what do you do? Do you do any like any warm-ups, you throw, anything like that, eat? I've heard some players even shower before the game.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Usually when I get to the field, by this time I'll shower at home, show up to the field, probably listen to some music on my own for a little bit. I have my own like stretching routine that I'll get done in the weight room, go out, play catch before the game, go back in. I like to, like I said, house music is what gets me going. So
Yeah.
as long as I listen to 20 minutes of that for a little bit, that'll get me going.
There you go. What was that experience for you when you were in Kannapolis? You were there for what you said 2 weeks there. Like, how was that, that interacting with fans and all of that?
Oh, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. We had I think we were at home for like 4 games, or I was there for 4 games at home, and 2 of them sold out. And it was awesome. I pitched in one of them. It was a close game, pitched in the 8th inning. And like, I just hadn't really experienced fan base like that. Going to Kansas when you play against bigger schools, Texas Tech, like the fan base is usually against you. So, it was awesome to hear that. And then interact with the fans while we're in the bullpen. The bullpen's like one of those things where the net's right there. You can sit and talk to the fans.
Yeah, I seen that. It's pretty cool.
So yeah, no, it was an awesome experience.
That's a nice little ballpark right there.
Oh yeah. Brand new. Last year was its first year.
Yeah. So I was there a few months ago, and we were there, and like during the day, the whole park is open.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's an actual park, so people can walk by and all that.
Around, yep.
Oh man, it was cool because like my daughter was loving it. She was in the outfield, so there's the hill there. So she's like, "Daddy, let's go running." And I'm like, "Let's do it." Are you kidding me? I'm running with you.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful stadium. That's one of the best I played in. I love it.
Yeah. And so when you were at Kansas, how was that experience? Was that pretty much the same? It's like, early in the morning you go, or school, how was that for you?
It was a little different.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's kids screaming upstairs.
That's all right. I got a 3-year-old here. I get it.
No, it was a little different because usually the games were on the weekends. And so it was kind of a wake up and go to the field.
Yeah.
More of like a business type deal, to whereas being in the minor leagues, like it's a day-to-day thing.
Where
it's
your everyday gig, man.
Yeah. So I can't end the games at 7, like I said. So, you got to stay loose. Whereas, at Kansas, 11 o'clock game, I'm waking up and it's locked in,
It's go time.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Love it. Love it. So any plans for you? Obviously you're in mini camp right now. What are you hoping to get out of all of this?
I'm excited in the mini camp. We got a lot of top guys here, guys in AA. I'm excited to pick their brains, learn from them, see what I can get from them to help benefit me, hopefully be in their shoes one day.
Gotcha. So as of right now, you're slated to go back to Kannapolis?
I'm not sure, honestly.
You're like, I have no idea. Wherever they send me.
Yeah, wherever they send me.
That's awesome. No matter. There's some good teams here in North Carolina. So I think you guys, is it Winston-Salem is also part of the White Sox? So
3 affiliates there. We got Kannapolis, Winston-Salem, and then Charlotte
Knights.
Yes, sir.
That's another nice ballpark.
That's a stadium.
Ah, man. I was so in love with that stadium when I went there. Man, that's a good ballpark. That's a good AAA ballpark to play in, right? Because it's like right there downtown. Everybody loves it. So, All right, my friend, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for my famous, not so famous questions here?
I think so. What do we got?
All right, I'll ask you the same question that I ask everybody. So here, as a fan, when you go to the ballpark, what is your food or drink of choice?
Hot dog, for sure.
That is a great answer. Great answer.
Pretty basic, but
no, hey, I'm a hot dog fan. That's when I go to the ballpark, that's what I gotta have. I gotta have a hot dog and whatever local beer they have there. So I'm okay with that. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, you know what? I mean, I don't even know what else you would call it. I think it might have to be considered a sandwich. There's something in the middle.
That's a wrong answer, but I want to forgive you. I'll forgive you for that. All right, here we go. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars. I
Good.
never really got into Star Trek.
That's a great answer as well. I like it. I like it. You're good now. You're good right now. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookie dough. Actually, take that back. Cold Stone, sweet cream with gummy bears mixed in.
Wait, first of all, I love Cold Stone. I agree with you there. Gummy bears?
Oh yeah, it's weird. I get a lot of hate for it, but I'll get that.
I'm cool with it, but the gummy bear, what's in the ice cream, that thing just turns into a rock.
That's what they all say. But if you eat it fast enough, there's still
if you eat it fast enough, you're not going to notice it.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. Okay, okay. Strangest thing that you've ever eaten?
Oh, I had my dad tricked me into eating duck one time. Said it was chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And
it tastes different.
Yeah. I thought it was decent at first. Then he told me it was duck. It was pretty
and then you're like, it's over.
Yeah, never again.
Duck is good. I like it. I mean, if you do it right with the skin, oh man, all nice and crispy. Oh yeah. All right. Tacos or burritos?
Soft tacos or crunchy tacos? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. Tacos.
I'm not a burrito guy, honestly. I'd probably go soft taco over anything.
Okay. All right. Corn or flour tortilla then?
Corn.
Corn is good. I like corn, but on my breakfast tacos. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. All right. So let's take a look here. So you already said you're an early bird, right?
Yes,
not
sir.
a night owl.
Nope.
You're like, I'm going to bed at my time.
Yeah,
no
I got
what's going on.
Up in the morning, I'm going.
Yeah, see, I'm the same way. I'll tell my wife, like, honey, you can stay up all you want. I'm going to bed. I'll see you later. Would you rather call or text?
I'd rather call.
Really? Okay, you rather have a conversation with
Hear
somebody.
the voice, like, quick, get the conversation. I hate the whole texting. Wait 20 minutes for a response.
If that, sometimes it takes days for someone to answer you. But like, I know you saw the text. It gives me the scene part.
Yeah, it says delivered. It says
right. It said just answer me.
Yeah,
I get it. All right. So Pepsi or Coke?
Coke for sure.
Wrong answer, but it's cool. I get it. I understand. No, I'm kidding. Well, what was your favorite Halloween costume?
Oh, I had when I was about 8, I had a Scream costume, and it had the mask.
Yeah,
like blood where you could pump it in there.
That's pretty legit.
That was one of the cooler ones I had.
All right,
it wasn't real blood, obviously. I don't know what. It was.
Right? Yeah, I killed a chicken. I put the blood in it and then squirted all over the place. If you were to have a conversation, sit down and have a conversation with an athlete who is no longer alive, who would that be?
Oof, man.
I know, right? It's a pretty good one.
I'd have to say Mickey Mantle.
That's good.
I gotta pick his brain, see what baseball was like back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. See, for me, it would have been Clemente.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, just what went through his head. Obviously, he's from my home, land. So he's from Puerto Rico. So I want to know, like,
yeah,
dude, what was it like to play there? Because he battled through a lot of injuries and insomnia as well. So, if you were to have a superpower, would you rather have super strength or be able to fly?
Super strength. I'm lifting the house.
You're like, I'm gonna carry you the heck out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So you are on death row. What's your last meal?
Last meal. I mean, gotta go back to it. It's In-N-Out. It's a 3x3.
I'm having that In-N-Out burger one last time before I go.
That's what I'm going for.
I like it. Okay. Couple more here, and then I'll let you go. What is your current book that you're reading?
Current book. Never been much of a reader, honestly.
Audiobook?
No books.
Podcast. Deadhead Chronicles. Got it. Okay, cool.
I don't know. I've never really gotten into that.
Okay.
Podcast, nothing.
Nothing. All right. Hey, I respect that. Music, right? That's what you do.
Yeah, music.
Gotcha. I love it. Okay, couple more here. Let's see. Would you rather it rain or snow?
I've been in the snow. It's no fun.
No, it's not. Not at all.
But if it's a light snow, I'll take that. Nah, no snow. Rain for
You're
sure.
like, you know what? Never mind. I'll take the rain.
No, I did that. I don't like it.
Neither do I. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. If you were to have a spirit animal, what would that spirit animal be?
I had this question the other day. I was talking to somebody about it. Actually, it was Bob from 1RM. That's what happened.
Uh-huh.
What did they say I would be? Man. I think it was like a gazelle. I don't know.
I gotcha. I see you got a Whoop app though, a Whoop band.
Yeah, I got one.
Hey, I got one.
Yes, sir.
How much do you follow the sleeping habits on that?
A lot actually. I look at it every day. Try to be in the green as much as possible.
Me too. Mine is mostly yellow, but whatever. I had one day where it was like at 3%. I'm like, oh my God, I am not doing anything today.
Oh yeah. The other day I actually had a 3% the other day, and I had to wake up early and drive 2 hours. That was tough.
Forget it.
Yeah.
You know when you're tired. Like, and it's pretty intuitive, this thing. I gotta say, it's pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
All right. Last question here, my friend. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What is the weirdest place that you've ever farted?
The weirdest. Oh man. She's gonna kill me. But my girlfriend's house. Yeah, actually it happened recently. No, listen. I was in the other room, and they were talking in the living room, her two roommates, and I just fart. It just came out, and they got all quiet, and I got all worried. I was like, oh no. And
they heard you.
Did Everett just fart? And I lost it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens. Like the other day, and I didn't mean to do this, but it's like my daughter jumped on top of me. I was laying on the floor, because I was stretching my back, and we just got done eating. My daughter jumped on my stomach, and then off it went. It was loud, so I'm like, I can't help it.
Sorry. Can't be doing that. Come on.
Oh my God. I turned so red. It was embarrassing. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
Oh man. All right. So thank you for doing this. This was a lot of fun. Where can people find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are Everhett Hazelwood, or Instagram's Everhett Hazelwood, Twitter's Everett Hayes.
And I'll put all this information on the show notes, so that way people can go ahead and make sure to follow you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Awesome. And hey, again, thank you so much, and then good luck to you, man. Hopefully, I'll see you in the Carolina, so I can go see a game for you with you there.
Yes, sir. 100%. I appreciate you having me.
Anytime, buddy.
All right, man.
All right.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Ed Rivera of the Dad Hat Chronicles. Join me as I interview people just like you, and players, coaches, GMs on the path that led you to become a fan of the sport.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean. And I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball. So get on the site and find a team near you today.
Learn more about Curved Brim Media at curvebrandmedia.com.